People who go to the bathroom to freshen up before sex. What do you do in there? A crossword puzzle while the Viagra kicks in. How long is that? 5 inches, but who am I to complain? Escape out the window. Ain't no one stealing my virginity. A true redditor. Make sure my junk doesn't have any funk. Mostly. UN funk the junk. Sounds like a Bruno Mars song. Make sure the coochie is looking fine to dine. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your cervix. Pussy check 40p scraps. Spritz of perfume. Brush teeth and hair. Baby wipes if necessary. The toilet paper scraps. Last time the guy asked me to freshen up again because there were some scraps. It was so embarrassing, but we still had a good time. One of my ex-girlfriends came back into the room after using the bathroom in the morning and decided she wanted to get laid before work. She woke up me to do it and eventually laid on her front so I could get behind her. When I did, I noticed she had a small strawberry-sized poop attached to her near her butthole. No idea how she missed it. No idea how it stuck there. Super confused, never having seen anything like this before, but also not wanting to ruin the mood, I casually brushed it away with one of the blankets and kept going until we finished. I brought it up a couple months later when it seemed like a time that it would be more funny than embarrassing, but I think it was still pretty embarrassing. Google how to sex. I meant to put it where. Wipe the lady bits for a nice, clean, welcoming party. I've been married a few years now, but I still care about the reviews. Testimonials. Mike Cockburn's writes, she was very accommodating. Spectacular visual presentation and the finish was undoubtedly exquisite. Prioritizes sanitation and cleanliness. Will definitely recommend to family and friends. Check her out. Definitely worth the trip and money. P. My pee bar needs to be at 0% before sex. Exactly. My pee bar is the inverse of my sex stamina bar. Must optimize for extra seconds. Hell yeah. Harder to come with a bladder full of pee. At least for a guy. Panic. Don't panic. And always bring your towel with you. Unexpected Ford prefect. But call myself hot in the mirror and do gang signs with my hands. Mama said you a pimp. Edit. Well, I'm glad so many people got that reference. Traditional precoital dance with a genital wash. Then penile helicopter maneuvers for drying and enlargement of my flaccid cock via centrifugal force. You know, the usual. This comment and your username make me think I finally found my husband's Reddit account. Have you heard of a whore bath? The hooker's bath. Armpits, asshole, crotch, and teeth. You can save time by using the same brush on all 4 areas. George Carlin. Make sure I don't have any filled up TP trapped within the folds of my labia. I hate how we're all living the same lives. I go in there, I get naked, and I check myself in the mirror to make sure the human suit isn't torn somewhere showing my true lizard skin. I also check for obvious wrinkles. Wearing the human suit all day long and out for a night on the town, you sometimes get weird wrinkles and you get used to the feeling and don't notice them. Mark is working on the mothership. I'm jealous. He gets to walk around in his skin all day long. Bastard. Sudoku. Killer Sudoku is a great app for stress relief. Many guys do that. Make sure all is still clean down there before getting ducked. I usually douche before getting pegged too. Grab my labia majora by both her lips and she usually asks if I'm ready for this. Then I usually respond with hell yeah. Are you? Then she says yay. Then we perform breath checks on each other. Act accordingly. Then roll out. Last sentence made me think Autobots. Roll out. Brush teeth. Deodorant. I'll check on Miss Cooch and tell myself that I have a fat ass. Edit. Thanks for the love. Friends. Told Miss Cooch she's famous. Her response was, Mama, we made it. So there's that. Baby, does my butt look big in this? Duck. Yeah, it does. High fives. Make sure my dick is clean. Yup. Wet wipes anywhere her mouth might go. You gotta get those dollar store travel packs. Get the nuts all presentable. Then pee and wipe my ass. Cause I'm a ducking gentleman. I do 20 push-ups so my pecs look swole. I have a small bathroom, so that would require me to knock my head against the toilet bowl with each rep. On the other hand, I can only do about 3.5 pushes, so that's not too many head knocks. Well, people sweat, and it can be unpleasant. I'm essentially a big man bear, so I give the undercarriage a little rinse and spirits to make sure everything is pleasant for my wife. My wife is tiny, but she also still needs to freshen up. It's just a courtesy. Cleaning the crevices next to the sack and the shaft. Girls I been with would baby wipe the snatch and crevices. I read that quickly as snatch and cervixes. Baby wipe your cervix. Also, how many do you have? If you're single, you take a piss. Clean your junk with toilet paper. Do a bunch of push-ups and put some water in your hair to make it look perfect for your grand entrance. If you're married, you use the cleanest towel you can find on the floor and do one of those butt floss things. Run some water over my then dry it off. Even if I showered like 4 hours ago or something, it's nice to get that shit fresh. Exactly. I do the same with the cooch. It's just courtesy and making sure it will be enjoyable for everyone involved. Pee and wash my vulva with water or a wipe. A little can go a long way in eliminating any unpleasantness. Even if you can't notice any smells or sweat, your partner might. This tiny thing can make the taste and smell like 5 times better. If you don't do this, you really should. As a guy, it's farting. I farted as I came once, and it was terrible. During sex I was aware I needed to go the entire time, and after it happened I started laughing hysterically. My GF became quite insecure as she thought I was laughing at her, and it turns out she was so busy she hadn't even heard it. So my advice is to stay off the cabbage and beans. Turns out they're not great for sex, lol. I don't have ASO, so sex is planned. And by planned, I mean if I'm hanging out with someone where it'll potentially happen. I wash up really well beforehand. I'm a female, and I shave everywhere anyways, so I make sure it's freshly done. Before shaving, when I shower I use one of those plastic, puffy shower scrub things and scrub my skin everywhere with soap. That's the key to having really soft skin. You can tell when someone's skin is oily or has build up. I also wash my hair that day because I only wash it every 2-3 days. Make sure fingernails are trimmed and filed so I don't accidentally scratch his back or, yeah. I brush my teeth and my tongue. I use a washed metal barrette as a tongue scraper to remove plaque. After that, I use mouthwash. I use a light roll-on deodorant because it doesn't leave that cloudy build-up. And I use it on my upper inner thighs as well. Because girls, we know we sweat where the leg creases. And lastly, I do one small puff of perfume. You don't want it to be too strong. He has to be close to smell it. And he'll be close anyway, so don't overdo it. I've only had Simultiply 2x by the way. Only just lost my V card earlier this month. But both times I made sure I was clean and presentable. And it's nice to feel clean and presentable, even if you're not doing the deed. Basic hygiene should be basic. But if you're not taught it, it's definitely a process figuring out just what you're meant to be doing. I'm sorry, but I read this in the voice of Christian Bale narrating his morning routine in American Psycho. Made it hilarious. The details and explanations just reminded me of that. Very thoughtful though. Everyone appreciates that. Brush teeth. Deodorant. Draw a pentagram, so my incubus Patreon aware of the scraphis. Chant. Wipe of the goat's blood then have sex. A girlfriend of mine back when we were both dating a lot once told me you could always tell the guys that were really into you because they'd give their penis a little wash in the sink beforehand and it would smell like soap. She said, they're the ones that are keepers. As soon as you smell the soap, you know. Take a piss and put on light deodorant. Also wash my shaft. She doesn't want to taste unwashed stuff, nor does she need a yeast infection. Shit and fart as much as possible if I can. Shower or do a quick whore bath. Maybe brush my teeth if my mouth still tastes like whatever I ate before. Preferably, I would rather just take a shower before sex though. I tend to get utis if me and my hubby don't shower before and after. Wash my butthole. Shave it up if it's stubbly. Also, same with dick pubes. Make sure there's nothing in my teeth. Pop any acne I might have basically. Just not be gross. Oh, and an enema if there's gonna be any pegging going on lol. A mini helicopter with the dingus for confidence and say you've got this. Focus on the man in the boat and it'll all work out. P. Wash hands and face. Check smells and if needed, do a quick wipe down. If sweaty down below, maybe put on some deodorant if it's been all day since showering, etc. Also, mind the fingernails seriously. I'll often trim my nails before 6 if they are a bit long. Mainly just make sure there isn't any toilet paper bits on the labia or anything like that. Do guys not know that's a thing? Toilet paper gets stuck on there like metal filings to a magnet.